In a rapidly shrinking world, the exotic becomes familiar. Thailand and its food, no longer unknown.
Thai food is fashionable and people like to eat it. I think it's not at all what real Thai food is.
In the land of kings and warriors, peasants and beauty queens, the true story of Thai cuisine reveals the unexpected.
มีกำลังยิ่งกว่าปลายอากาศอีก
The authentic flavors of Thailand. Not all for the faint-hearted. A cuisine that defies convention and challenges taste buds.
It's there that shocks and jolts the senses, that surprises and stimulates and contrasts and conflicts.
To understand the essence of this cuisine is to journey into the heart of Thailand itself. As the sun rises over the landscape, the river Yam awakens. One of the largest rivers in Thailand, it feeds the mighty Chao Phraya, the river of kings. Its waters, the nation's lifeblood, provide fish for its people. And irrigate the farms. This is the way of life for much of Thailand.
It's almost impossible, I think, to separate Thai culture from Thai food because up until very recently, Thais were farmers. By being farmers meant that a lot of their culture was expressed through food, whether it be hospitality, whether it be at times of festivals and rituals, because that was the currency of the country.
In the ancient capital of Sukhothai, it is the festival of Loi Krathong. Preparations are underway for the annual celebrations that mark the retreat of the waters and the start of the harvest. It is a time for feasting and thanksgiving. Krathong are floats decorated with flowers, candles, and joss. These are set adrift in rivers and canals as offerings to the gods on the night of Loi Krathong. 18-year-old Rati is looking forward to this year's Loi Krathong. Village girls play dress-up today, each a carbon copy queen from Thai mythology.
ตอนหนูอายุ15ค่ะลุงดาวเขาบอกว่าส่วนสูงหนูได้ก็เลยให้หนูไปประกวดพอไปประกวดครั้งแรกเขาก็หาว่าหนูใช้เส้นเพราะว่าหนูได้ที่1มา
Toy, Rati's mother, has taken the day off her duties as a farmer's wife to be her daughter's chaperone at the beauty contest. The transformation from schoolgirl to fairy tale queen takes hours of teasing. Already a veteran of numerous provincial pageants, this year's Loi Krathong beauty contest is the largest in Rati's career. In rural provinces like Sukhothai, beauty contestants are often the daughters of farmers and fishermen.
In Thailand, we have a say that Nari mi roop pen sap. Woman has beauty as an asset, as a wealth. Beauty pageant is a way to climb up the social ladder.
For rural folk, Loi Krathong is one of the most significant festivals. The parade pays homage to the goddess of the waters, who blesses the rivers with an all-important bounty of fish. Historically, it is the rivers that fed the Thai people.
The Thais ate fish. Fish was plentiful. It was traditionally one of the most important sources of protein. Fish in all its guises, whether it be fresh, dried, smoked, powdered, pureed, minced, fermented, or turned into fish sauce.
In Thailand, 3/4 of all fish consumed come from rivers and ponds. Although many associate its cuisine with curries and pad thai, it is fish that forms the basis of Thailand's original cuisine.
แม่ก็จะทำอาหารเกี่ยวกับปลาให้หนูกินทุกปีเลย ไม่ว่าจะทอด แกง ต้ม ย่าง ต้องมีทุกวัน ตอนเช้าก็จะมีปลาทอดก่อนไปโรงเรียน กลับมาก็จะเป็นปลาต้ม กินปลามาตั้งแต่เด็ก เนื้อปลาก็มีประโยชน์แก่เราด้วยค่ะ
Rati, the aspiring beauty queen, joins her fish dealer dad as he makes his daily collection. The catch, from rivers and flooded paddy fields around the village countryside. Rati's mother often uses fermented river fish to flavor soups and curries. It is known as pla ra.
The Thais enjoy a lot of fermented products. The Thais will often season some of their curries and some of their older soups with nam pla ra, fermented fish sauce. Pungent, and yet has this remarkable ability to be subsumed beneath the ingredients with which it's used to season.
Pla ra literally means rotten fish. Used as a condiment, it is perhaps the most primitive form of preserved fish.
It's extremely authentic. They used freshwater fish, which was left to ferment in the sun for several days, and pla ra was the outcome.
Dusted with pounded dry roasted rice, compacted and cured with sea salt. It is placed into large barrels to ferment. Japanese sushi owes its origins to this method of preservation. Chaton has spent over 2 decades practicing her craft. A technique, a family secret handed down from her mother. She oversees more than 1,000 barrels of fish at various stages of fermentation.
อ๋อปลาร้านี้นะเก็บมาประมาณ6 เดือนแล้วค่ะหมักข้าวคั่วมาได้ประมาณ6 เดือนแล้วพอปลาใหม่ๆนี่มันจะตัวขาวเพราะว่าถ้ามันเป็นปลาร้าแล้วมันจะออกสีแดงสีแดงสวยอ่ะสีแดงน่ากินอ่ะ
The bouquet informs her that the time is near.
เนี่ยหอมมากๆใส่ส้มตำอร่อยมากเลยเนี่ย
Beneath this primordial soup, signs of fermentation surface. As the pla ra matures, maggots feed on the oily residue.
Pla ra, when you eat the good stuff, it's as delicious as that rotten dairy product the West dotes upon, cheese. And as pungent as the best, richest, creamiest, smelliest, stinkiest cheese.
It might seem unappetizing, but pla ra permeates some of Thailand's most authentic dishes.
เนี่ยปลาร้านี่สุดยอดเนี่ยชอบเยอะชอบมากเลย ชอบมากๆเลยฮะชอบมากเลยต้องกินปลาร้าทุกวันนะวันหนึ่งอย่างน้อย3 มื้อก็ต้องกินไปแล้ว2 มื้อค่ะ
Back at the Loi Krathong festival, celebrations culminate with a massive feast. A full moon rises over the ancient capital. Rati, the fish dealer's daughter, waits backstage. There are 40 provincial beauties vying for the crown. Going home empty-handed will be a disappointment. Another girl nabs the top spot.
ได้รับแจ้งนะคะจากเทศบาลตำบลเมืองเก่าส่งเข้าประกวดค่ะเมืองเก่าของเราที่
And for young Rati, the honor of second runner-up. She's already looking forward to a next pageant. As Loi Krathong comes to a close, Thanksgiving is made, and Krathong floats released as offerings. The river goddess appeased for another year. The royal funeral procession shows off Thai pageantry at its grandest, and is matched equally in fervor by the nation's outpouring of reverence. The spectacle, ancient and steeped in tradition, with rituals that hark back to Hindu origins. The grandeur of the occasion only fitting for the princess's final journey in the royal urn to the cremation pavilion.
Thais aren't given to simplicity. If they can embellish, they'll embellish. It's ornate. They like that filigree.
Near the Grand Palace is Wat Bawaniwed. The royal monastery houses a library with a unique collection. 300,000 volumes of Nang Su Ngang Tsop, memorial books that were handed out on the occasion of a person's funeral. They contained biographies of the deceased and featured some of Thailand's most sophisticated recipes. These were Thailand's original cookbooks.
In those funereal books recounted the life, the genealogy of the person, and their interest that included a wealth of recipes. And so very often you've come across some wonderful old recipes that are complex and give some idea of how sophisticated food was.
Today, the memorial books are being catalogued, an attempt to preserve a forgotten aspect of Thailand's literary and culinary heritage. Student volunteers like Kun Tip have glimpsed the past through treasured recipes they've chanced upon.
ถ้าเป็นเก่าๆเนี่ยส่วนใหญ่ก็จะมีเป็นตำรับอาหารชาววังก็จะค่อนข้างเยอะนะคะแล้วก็อาจจะมีว่าอาหารไหนที่เป็นสูตรเด็ดของแต่ละครอบครัวก็จะมีการเอามารวมลงไว้ว่าแบบผู้ตายเนี่ยชอบกินอาหารแบบนี้เป็นคนคิดสูตรอาหารแบบนี้ขึ้นก็จะรวบรวมเก็บไว้ที่เห็นก็คือจะมีสูตรอาหารต่างชาติอย่างของแบบฝรั่งอะไรเงี้ยก็มีหรือว่าจะเป็นอาหารอินเดียก็มีอาหารจีนอย่างเงี้ยค่ะ
But the rarest recipes were for royal dishes. The food of the palaces is perhaps the most misunderstood chapter of Thai cuisine. With ties to the royal household, Kun Pao hails from one of Thailand's most established families. Her funeral book collection handed down over several generations.
This is the book that Princess Siphan, who is known for her good cooking, made in English, so that foreigners would really have a good understanding of Thai food. The photograph, it says there by His Majesty, the King. And this one is from a princess, which is one of the first attempt to write a Thai cookbook. I know them all, or have been to their house. It has more meaning to you.
Pao has spent over a decade compiling precise recipes of dishes from her youth. Some highlights in a collection, royal recipes divulged by palace cooks.
I started more than 10 years ago, when I started to see that food in most restaurants look and taste different. I think it's not at all what real Thai food is.
Pao feels that Thai food today has been diluted. Her knowledge of old cooking methods from a different era.
ต้องผ่าใครมายายกันมาช่วยผ่ามะเขือข้างบนเอาลงมาด้วยใส่เพิ่มขึ้นไปอีก You have to get the smell, the aroma out. And this is the smell of the green curry.
Pao's cookbook remains incomplete.
I have over 1,000 recipes already in here, but each of them need polishing. I think the best way is to take your time. If I don't publish it in my lifetime, you can publish it as my funeral book.
Almost extinct. I know of no place that actually practices it. So I'm deeply suspicious of any place that says they cook royal Thai food because I don't know of any.
Beyond the public face of the Grand Palace, over high walls and past secret corridors, is a private world that once housed the royal harems of Thailand's kings. Entirely forbidden to men, access today still remains very closely guarded. At the Women's College in the court are old kitchens where true royal cuisine originated. Ajahn Sompon has devoted her life to the royal household. One of the last generation of palace-trained ladies, she's served the king and his family for over half a century.
ชาววังก็คือชาววังเพราะว่าของชาววังที่ทำถวายเนี่ยต้องสวยงามพอท่านทอดพระเนตรมาแล้วของต้องสวยงามแล้วรสชาติก็อยู่คงที่ไม่รสจัดจู้จ้านเหมือนของข้างนอก
Training is hard, but it was more rigorous in the past.
ถ้าสูตรของในวังของโบราณนี่เราต้องเขียนเองค่ะเพราะฉะนั้นสมัยโบราณเนี่ยเราไม่มีการช้อนตวงถ้วยตวงเราจะทำแบบธรรมชาติไงฮะกะเท่านี้ผู้ใหญ่สอนออกมาอย่างเนี้ยแต่ถ้าเรามาสอนเด็กเนี่ยเราต้องทำให้เขาเป็นหลักสูตรระหว่าง1 ช้อนโต๊ะ1 ช้อนชาครึ่งถ้วยตวง1 ถ้วยตวง
Dishes only ever sampled by a privileged few.
I've got one book that does refer to a few recipes, like a red curry of pork dotted with orange flowers.
เนี่ยค่ะเขาเรียกดอกโศกที่เราจะมาต้มส้มต้มกะปิแต่เนี่ยตามชนบทบ้านนอกก็ไม่มีแต่ในวังนี่เท่านั้นเลยเราก็เลยต้องการเก็บมาไว้ให้เด็กเขารู้
There were techniques employed, most of which I know little of, that created a cuisine that was filled with surprises.
The future of Thai royal cuisine lies in the hands of this new generation of palace-trained ladies. Girls from ordinary backgrounds, learning techniques once carefully guarded behind palace walls. Nightfall in Bangkok. As highways light up, the hungry take to the streets. Thai street food as we know it today has only been around for 50 years.
Thais love their snacks, and street food is a marvellous example of that. I almost feel that streets, the thoroughfares of Bangkok, are more like restaurant corridors than like streets themselves.
And the food hunters often have greater right-of-way than the cars and buses on these city roads. This wasn't always the case. It was the Chinese that sold food in the street. For the Thais, eating out was an odd, foreign concept.
There were lots of street stalls selling snacks, noodles mainly. Thais traditionally ate with their hands. Eating a noodle soup would be impossible because they had no chopsticks. That was a Chinese implement. And even today, when they eat noodle soups, as a nod to its origin, they'll eat with chopsticks and spoons.
Change came as Thailand entered the modern age. With industrialization, economic migrants from the provinces flooded the central plains. And the need for fast food, Thai style, was born.
And that's the origin of something called ahan dang sang, which you'll see on the streets where there are stalls where people cook things to order.
Dawn in Banglampu, heart of the old city. The residents of Bangkok gather to offer alms. Here, in this city of street food, even monks enjoy takeaways. Tables and chairs barely take 10 minutes to set up. But this food stall is hardly temporary. Kunjim began her day at 4, and she's keen to get the first customers in.
เอาวางเลยลูกวางเนี่ยวางเอาวางเลยแล้ววางเลยแก้วน้ำแข็งมาก้อนใหญ่เลยลูกก็มีอาหารตามสั่งหลายอย่างไงที่จะสั่งประจำคือต้มยำก่อนเนี่ยเดี๋ยววันนี้ตอนบ่ายก็มาสั่งถุงละ110 ถุงเนี่ยจริงๆไม่โกหก
Kunjim's stall is an institution amongst locals. It's been here 22 years. Her top drawer, the king of Thai soups, a tom yum of fresh river prawns.
It's the most typical, authentic, original and ubiquitous of all Thai soups. Tom yum in Thai means literally tom means to boil and yum means to toss together, and that's in fact what you do.
This street stall is a family business. Husband, daughters, in-laws, nieces and nephews all have a part to play. They all make tom yum soup, but Kunjim is the master. 400 bowls a day is not uncommon.
250 ค่ะค่ากี่จานคะ3 จาน
Tom yum was originally a fish soup. River prawns are a more recent innovation.
กุ้งมันจะมีไขมันเหลืองๆนะฮะไขมันจากหัวมันเนี่ยมันทำให้หอมขึ้นแล้วหลังจากนั้นเนี่ยไอ้ต้มยำกุ้งก็นิยมต้มยำเนี่ยมีทั้งข่าตะไคร้ใบมะกรูดมีมันตัวทำให้หอมขึ้นและยังมีคุณภาพทางยาด้วย
The herbs used to flavor a typical tom yum are also key ingredients in an ancient form of healing. Herbal compress balls have seen a recent revival.
สมุนไพรที่อยู่ในต้มยำกุ้งนะครับเราเอามาใส่ในตัวลูกประคบนี้ก็คือมีขมิ้นและตะไคร้ใบมะกรูดแล้วรวมตัวยาอีกหลายตัวยาเข้าด้วยกันอันนี้ก็เป็นลูกประคบนะครับ สมัยเมื่อก่อนนี่คนโบราณเขาเวลาการเจ็บป่วยเขาจะใช้ลูกประคบในเวลาจะใช้เราต้องใส่หม้อนึ่งแล้วก็ให้มันมีความร้อนเวลาร้อนแล้วก็มาใช้ประคบถ้าเราประคบตรงนี้มันจะดูดพิษนะครับดูดที่อาการอักเสบที่หลักจริงๆนะที่เขาใช้นี่คือคลายปวด
The north, near Chiangdao Mountain. The sick travel from miles around for treatment. On offer, Thai traditional medicine. Dr. Rung is the chief practitioner at his free clinic and school.
แข็งนะตัวข้อที่มันอักเสบนะเส้นตัวนี้บางทีกับเส้นตัวนี้ตึงมันแข็ง
Besides the physical, treatments often encompass the spiritual. Medical texts handed down from his master are believed to confer magical power.
หนังสือนี้คือปับษานะครับคือเป็นหนังสือจากปู่ย่าตาทวดตำรายานะจะจดตรงๆไม่ได้คือกลัวสิทธิ์คนอื่นมาขโมยเอาไปจะต้องจดเป็นภาษาหรือว่าเป็นปัญหาไว้คนที่จะรู้จริงๆก็ต้องสิทธิ์คนที่ไปสืบทอดจากอาจารย์ต้นฉบับจริงๆ
For the Thais, healing is not just a physical process. And cures are not always found in books alone.
บางครั้งโรคที่ร้ายแรงเรารักษาไม่หายหมอหรือว่าผู้ที่เป็นเจ้าของตำรับจะมาเข้าฝันให้จะมาบอกเราบอกว่าคนไข้คนนั้นป่วยอย่างนั้นต้องใช้ยาตรงนั้นรักษาเรามันจะมาเปิดดูตรงนี้มันก็จะมีนะ
Here, traditional Thai remedies are not always bound by modern medical conventions. Like other indigenous healing systems, boundaries between food and medicine are blurred.
อาทิเช่นตะไคร้นะครับตะไคร้นี่ใบสดนี่คั้นแล้วครับคั้นแล้วผสมไข่ไก่ผสมกับสไปซ์มันจะมีกำลังยิ่งกว่าใบอากาศอีก
Dishes cooked with the distinctive flavors of Thai herbs feed the hungry back in Bangkok.
ต้มยำของหนูว่า10นะแม่แล้วก็กระเทียม2ชุดเนี้ยไม่มีโต๊ะละ5ก็ได้นะแบบเป็น2โต๊ะแก้วไข่เจียวใครก่อนเนี่ย
For Kunjim's regulars, a special ingredient in a tom yum keeps them coming back.
จริงๆเป็นคนชอบต้มยำกุ้งอยู่แล้วอะครับเพราะว่ารสชาติมันเผ็ดดีแล้วก็แบบรสชาติจัดจ้านแต่ว่าที่นี่เนี่ยจะมีแบบเอกลักษณ์พิเศษตรงที่บอกว่ามันใส่มันกุ้งอะครับ
มันกุ้งค่ะมันกุ้งที่มันเป็นมันกุ้งสดแล้วก็จากยอดแล้วก็ยอดมะพร้าวอะค่ะมันจะทำให้แบบผสมกันแล้วมันอร่อยมากอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะแล้วก็ได้ปริมาณที่เยอะมากกว่าร้านอื่นถ้าเทียบกับราคาเป็นนักศึกษาค่ะราคาเป็นสิ่งสำคัญ
Ironically, Kunjim's own tom yum is a luxury she can ill afford to enjoy.
ขายมา20 กว่าปีไม่เคยกินของตัวเองเลยนะมีแต่คนเขาบอกว่าอร่อยเพราะมันเสียเวลามันไม่มีเวลามานั่งซดร้อนๆนะเนี่ย
Arguably Thailand's most popular dish from a humble street stall. Sunday night in Chonburi province, and the punters are out. The 17-year-old Ek has been training since the age of 9. But tonight, he faces an opponent 8 years older, who's seen twice as much ring action. Jacque, Muay Thai gym owner and surrogate father, eggs the boy on. All seems lost. Back in Bangkok, it's 4 days before a match. Another young contender is put through the paces. Under the watchful gaze of Jacquet.
เด็กที่เรียนอยู่ที่ค่ายมวยมาจากภาคใต้ทั้งหมดเลยว่างั้นเนี่ยที่นี่อยู่แบบครอบครัวนะเพราะว่าผมจะเป็นคนดูแลทุกอย่างมาที่นี่ก็ให้เรียนต่อเรียนหนังสือแล้วก็เป็นคนออกค่าใช้จ่ายให้เรียนหนังสืออย่าไปนะไม่เอาเราไปแล้วมึงอย่าบันนี้ดิไปอย่างนี้ดิ
The ex-boxer turned policeman has run the gym for 7 years. Most of the boys have been talent spotted from their home provinces in the south. The training is hard and can take its toll. At 15, Panude may have 10 years of ring action ahead of him, with some luck. These southern boys are far from home. Most go for months without family visits. Life in Bangkok requires adjustment, but the boys can't do without a taste of home.
ก็เป็นคนใต้นะก็เขาจะทานอาหารภาคใต้มาตั้งแต่เล็กใช่ไหมไปเอาอาหารภาคอื่นมาทานจะไม่ได้ทานได้น้อยซึ่งเราเป็นนักมวยนะนักมวยแต่ถ้าทานอาหารไม่อิ่มมันก็ไม่มีแรงในการฟิตซ้อมไม่เต็มที่เวลาไปชกก็ต้องแพ้
That taste of home is yellow curry or gang leong, the central curries of Bangkok, too mild for these provincial boys who prefer theirs fiery.
เนี่ยฮะแกงเหลืองที่นักมวยในค่ายเนี่ยทานเป็นประจำส่วนที่เขาเรียกว่าแกงเหลืองเนี่ยนะส่วนนี้ก็คือเป็นขมิ้นมีส่วนผสมของขมิ้นจะทำให้ออกรสชาติสีเหลือง
With a myriad of regional variations, curries are defined as spicy gravies by the Thais, and almost certainly developed independently of Indian curries.
แกงแขกใช้เครื่องเทศเยอะมากเลยคนไทยเราไม่ได้กินเครื่องเทศมากถึงขนาดนั้น
In Thailand, curries are almost always made from fresh herbs that are pounded to create a curry paste.
Today we will start with the green curry paste. So to make green curry paste, you need a lot of herbs.
The green curry has become synonymous with Thai cuisine around the world.
My handmade curry paste that I make. You have to fry them until you can smell very strong in your nose.
Foreign visitors keen to recreate its distinctive taste attend classes to demystify this most iconic of Thai dishes. While no less authentic than yellow curry from the south, the creamy and sweet green curry hails from the bountiful Central Plains and is easily adjusted for foreign taste buds, unaccustomed to more robust flavors found elsewhere in Thailand.
Smile to the camera. Say curry. Curry. Curry.
Too busy running the gym to make his own, Jacquet stocks up on ready-made curry paste from a trusted source.
นี่กิโลนึงครับ
The stall's specialty, pastes for southern-style curries.
When it comes to the seasoning of certain dishes, some regions are more spicier than others. The northeast is terribly hot. The north and the central plains aren't as hot. The south is bloody hot.
A yellow curry, uncommon even in Bangkok. One shared characteristic, Thai curries are quick cooking. There's none of the stewing seen in Indian curries. Coconut cream adds body.
อย่างแกงกะทิมีใช้สมุนไพรสดด้วยใส่พริกใส่ใบมะกรูดใส่โหระพาพวกนี้ก็เป็นสมุนไพรสดมีคุณค่าทางอาหารทั้งนั้น
The young boxers are particular, but Jacquet's cooking skills will not disappoint. The curry looks mild, but it packs a punch.
Food used to be spicier, but that's because Thais ate more rice back then, and the rice diffused the intensity of their dishes. And in fact, you can still see in the most remote parts of Thailand, the poorer the people, the more rice they eat, and very often then the more spicier the food.
As professional athletes, the boys need a high-carb and protein diet to replace calories lost in training. Sunday night, and young fighters are lined up for the evening sport. With a grueling training regime and strict diet, Panude has done all he can to equip himself physically. As the gym's Mongkon headband is placed around his head, preparations become mental. The stadium is almost at full capacity. The Ramway dance is a mark of respect to the fighter's trainer and parents. But the ritual also calms the mind. Woven into the cord of the Mongkon headband are Buddhist prayers wrapped in silk, protection for the young warrior. Regardless of the outcome this evening, as a professional fighter, Panude must face many more into the future. Pajake, head coach, gym warden, foster dad and cook, his young charges will be sustained with a staple diet of spicy curries. Just as curries push the fiery limits of the cuisine, the Thais' preference for sweetness can teeter on excess. Desserts are varied and well-loved.
It's a structure of tastes that are almost pushed to their extreme. I've often referred to Thai food as culinary brinkmanship, where you push things to its utmost.
Guangwan is sweets, often eaten outside of a meal proper. Sometimes in place of a meal, and viewed by most Thais as the pinnacle of their cuisine. "7 a.m. and Tanong Sak begins preparations for a special occasion. A Buddhist blessing ceremony marking 2 months since the death of 95-year-old Bunkrai Tempitak. Tanong Sak is making dessert as it has symbolic significance during religious occasions. Coconut cream, fresh palm sugar, fruit are ingredients of a quintessential Thai pudding.
The Thais believe that their desserts are the pinnacle of their cuisine. And when I first started to become interested in Thai food, I could only heartily disagree with them. It had none of the taste that I was accustomed to eating Western desserts. Now, however, I'm slightly different in opinion. I think that Thai desserts are fantastic.
Tanong Sak's dessert mixture is as rich as it is sweet. Baking is rare in Thailand. The sankaya will be steamed.
จริงๆแล้วทุกอย่างถ้าเป็นงานบุญเราทำเองกันเองแล้วเนี่ยมันจะดูเป็นงานที่พิเศษมากขึ้นดูแบบทำด้วยความตั้งใจด้วยฝีมือเราทำไปแล้วเรารู้สึกสบายใจแล้วรู้สึกมีความสุขในการที่เราได้ทำขนมเพื่อถวายพระ
In the presence of the coffin, the funeral tambun gets underway. Solemn Buddhist rites call for an even number of monks. The ceremony at an end, the monks' only meal of the day is provided, and they must complete it before noon. Keen to appear generous, the almsgivers verge on the excessive, even if the food is consumed with Buddhist indifference. The dessert has been an effort, but the spiritual reward great.
ผมกำลังทำสังขยาหน้าขนุนครับคราวนี้ที่ทำหน้าขนุนได้เนี่ยเพราะว่าขนุนเนี่ยมันถูกแล้วมันเป็นหน้าขนุนด้วยและอย่างหนึ่งขนุนมันก็ความหมายของคนไทยมันก็คือหนุนนำอะไรประมาณนี้มันก็ดูแบบเป็นมงคลนะว่าอย่างนั้น
Today, his son continues the daily collection of sweet toddy. The method has gone unchanged for generations. Each tree is 15 meters high, and the sap collected from male flowers that sprout near the palm leaves. Growing in clusters of 4 to 6, the succulents require careful tending.
เขาก็เอาไม้บีบนะขึ้นไปบีบให้มันเกิดความเจ็บแล้วก็ใช้มีดปาดตรงนี้น้ำมันจะค่อยๆอยู่ก็เอากระบอกแบบนี้ที่เราลมฟันแล้วก็ไปรอตรงนี้นะรอตรงนี้แล้วก็จะได้น้ำตาล
It's an overnight wait for the sap to collect in bamboo containers. The yield dependent on the tapper's expertise. This is a skill in danger of disappearing.
พอเราได้จากต้นแล้วก็เอาไปใส่กระทะนะไปกรองไปทำความสะอาดใส่กระทะแล้วก็จุดไฟ
The nectar is reduced over several hours, from 15 liters to less than half its volume. The toffee-like syrup gets whipped up. The palm sugar hardens as it cools, and after hours of painstaking labor, only about a kilo of the ingredient remains. But the effort keeps this traditional flavor alive. Sweetened with palm sugar, Tanong Sak's pudding is ready. The savory portion of the meal at an end. There's more to come for the monks. The choice of desserts, a blend of various textures and tastes. Food is set aside by the coffin. In death, as in life, the soul needs feeding. With sweet offerings, balance is struck. This equilibrium is central to many aspects of Thai life.
The Thais are ultimately Buddhist, and to be Buddhist means to walk that golden mean, that balanced life. And their food reflects that too.
From the beauty of its royal cuisine to the robust smells and flavors of its most primitive peasant fare. It's a balance of intense extremes.
Pungent, salty, sweet, sour, hot.
ผสมกันแล้วมันอร่อยมากอะไรอย่างเงี้ย
As Thai food continues to capture the culinary imagination of the world, efforts are being made to keep its own flavors authentic.
The success of Thai food actually is the balance of all those disparate flavors and elements and seasonings and tastes.
And with a deep pride in their indigenous herbs and ingredients, the Thais know their cuisine's success lies in the unique blend of their culture and heritage.